How is everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? I am back with another video. Let's check out this content creator and what he has to say about ideas being live beings.
So one of my most recent videos talks about the concept of time not being linear, and therefore the final version of you has already become a thing. The world and the timeline, everything has already happened, and your job is to become that version, not to just like be yourself. You're supposed to become yourself. So I wanted to kind of make this as a part 2 to talk a little bit more in depth about this concept of ideas and how they float in the world and how they approach us, and why you need to get rid of this egotistical approach of when I have an idea or when I have a thought of like what I want my life to look like. You don't just get to hold on to that idea. It's not something that you hold in your hand and you can just access it whenever you want. The truth is, ideas are alive. They're coming to each person. They're coming to you and they're knocking on your life. There's nothing in your hand. You don't own the idea. Ideas have their own consciousness. This is a concept that's talked by Elizabeth Gilbert in her book called Big Magic, where ideas are really the property of the world. They have their own souls. They have their own consciousness. And their job is to find a vessel that has the courage and the audacity and the discipline and the resilience to actually take them and make them into reality. So when people are presented with an idea, and that could be something that you go invent, it could be a business that you could start, or it could just be something for your own personal life, a relationship that presents itself, a business opportunity, the ability to move to another state, whatever the case is. If you begin looking at the world and looking at feelings and ideas as these like conscious beings that are approaching you, asking you, not if you're ready, because technically no one's ready. It's, are you brave enough to carry me and churn me into real life? That's what the idea is doing. And if you don't answer, the idea will go to someone else. And this is something that Michael Jackson used to talk about all the time, being like, I needed to write ideas immediately. I needed to act on them immediately, because if I didn't, then they would go to somebody else. They would go to Prince, right? And this is exactly what Elizabeth Gilbert talks about. The ideas have consciousness. They're looking for a physical being that can take the idea with courage, not by being ready. That's why there's no such thing as being ready. There's no such thing as being like, oh, I'm not going to do it if I'm not going to get it perfect. The idea doesn't care about perfection. The idea cares about courage. The idea cares about the willingness to take the idea and turn it into something. Do not wait for inspiration. The second an idea comes, I need you to start treating it like something whispering to your soul from a different timeline, from a timeline where the idea already exists. It just needs someone to help it come to life. That's life for you. Everything has already ended. Everything has already happened. You just need to become the version of you that has everything that you want that future version of you to have.
Now, this reminds me of a few things. Well, it reminds me of my own experience when it comes to ideas, and I didn't have the money or the resources. I do air quotes because that's just an excuse, but I didn't have the money or the resources at the time, and then I see it on the big screen, or I see it on like a media platform or things like that, and I'm just like, wow, that thought or that idea really passed me, and I could have done something with it, but someone else did something with it. And it's always really cool to see. I posted a video the other day about, have you ever had a thought before? And it was based on this comment. It was based on this creator, Rovi Prasad, who mentioned that there are no thoughts. Like, that's just not a thing. Check out that video. I'll put it somewhere that you can check out. Essentially, what this content creator is talking about is an idea. Now, it makes me think, are ideas thoughts? Are thoughts ideas? Are they one and the same? Because these ideas really are coming and going. And if you don't take action on it, then it's just going to find another being to help it embody itself. So it's very interesting. I think that's why sometimes when we think about inventors, they're very much so tunnel vision with their invention. Someone like, let's just use the most known inventor based on this timeline, Nikola Tesla. He was always ruminating in his thoughts. He would be inventing the machine in his mind before he even created it in real life. So it's almost like these ideas, like he said, they're sentient beings. They want to be expressed as well. They want to be embodied. And not every idea is for everybody. However, you have to ask yourself, if it's coming to you, then that means you have the potential, if not more, to take action on that idea. And you received that idea for a reason. You were able to align with the frequency of that idea or be a part of that channel of that idea. And it's depending on you to create it in the physical world. So, what do you think about ideas? Has that ever happened to you before where you have an idea, you didn't act upon it, and then you end up seeing that idea? They didn't steal the idea, they just heard the call. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.